Hello, and welcome to Cloverfield, episode 155. I'm your host, Ralph. We've got some topics to talk about today. My special guest, my partner, Audrey Catherine, will be saying something as well. Okay, we are back to our alternative studio because we've been busy and had some schedule changes. So, let's start out with the first topic. Go into nature, quiet the mind and mouth. They created purgatory, a con by the archons to cast the masses out of nature through their own free will, locked inside walls, mesmerized by the black mirror, the weapon of mass distraction, waiting online while the mastery of patience withers into a false sense of instant gratification through money, likes, and dopamine hits. A psyop distraction to manufacture consent while data surveillance centers leech Earth's precious resources. You know what's bullshit? Data centers being constructed and proposed without it being given a say. AI having advocates when disabled people never do. Human beings don't have advocates. Human beings in need don't have advocates. AI have fucking advocates. Why the fuck is that? Where's Earth advocates? Where's the Earth advocates for the AI saying sucking resources dry that living beings need on this planet? Like that being said in the interview video, we need to limit the power of artificial superintelligence through the global consensus. We do not consent to data centers. People are rising up to our black one for a year that's happening in this fucking state. Now, forever, an infinite blockage. No means no. No more data centers. Data center construction halted forever. Not a year, forever. And why the fuck does somebody have to sign on people's behalf? Why isn't the global consensus of hell no not good enough? We do not consent to data center construction. We need affordable housing. And low-priced homes should not be available for purchase for individuals who are not planning on living there. Psyop distraction, manufacture consent, while data surveillance centers leech Earth's precious resources. There's backlash about biometric data collection while individuals give away their face and fingerprints to unlock the devices that they are addicted to. That's another thing. Don't put your face and fingerprint on your phone. It's your choice, of course. But that's precious and that identifies you and your unique identification that nature gave to you. You giving away to the manufacturer of a phone. There's a corporate bullshitter who should not have that personal detail about you. Do not give away your precious imprints. The weapon of mass distraction lures the subject in, so they fall deaf to the inner calling of home. Being in nature and in quiet solitude is where one receives intimate source communication and connection. The masses need this sacred moment to rise with Earth and learn how to communicate and connect to nature, innate, and one another without the need for artificial connection. That's what Dr. Class feels the most. One must break away from the screen, quiet the mind and mouth, so one can share the transmissions of Earth and free the masses from weapons of mass distraction. The nefarious bastards take advantage of humanity's inability to achieve this en masse. They seek to dominate the air and the narrative, to manipulate those who are unsure of themselves while perpetuating fear and self-doubt. They seek to fuel the addiction to a narrative, break the addiction, and create what you wish to become. Be unpredictable and get inspired by nature. They started this addictive doomsday narrative bullshit with current events during indoctrination years and had parents sucking their bait hook, drunk with the news, aka newspapers, hung by a narrative. Earth is crying out for those with empathy to become the script to their natural way of being. They dance with nature, respect what fate brings. And even when fate is not what anyone wished for, they make the most of the situation. The infinite soul essence can rise above any circumstance to create joy and finds a reason to persevere by uplifting others struggling through circumstances of their own. Individuals with disabilities, as well as victims of genocide, bring joy to others despite the tribulations that they face. The will of the infinite soul essence shall crack all of the nefarious actors, as well as the entire fake-ass system of things to the core, through the power of empathy and the ability to shine as their true selves. Selfless love is earth. The bees and the trees are the way. Go into nature, listen, write, create art, share that until the weapon of mass distraction becomes obsolete and Earth is united with the stars. We are the stars, we are the fireflies, we are the trees, and they are us. We do not need cults or indoctrination. All we need is empathy, understanding, and open hearts and minds. Next topic. Predators are free to travel, while truth speakers with a significant following are not. Recently, there was truth speakers that have been limited to their travel. Cenk Uygur, the Young Turks, and David Icke at one point also wasn't banned. What did they do? Did they murder somebody? Are they dangerous? What happened? Not that I know of. People being limited travel. Why is that? But meanwhile, the Epstein regime traveled freely, right? Kidnapping children, murdering children. All the followers go everywhere, right? Go murder people in other places, right? Because they follow orders to murder people, right? They're fine. They free to travel wherever the fuck they want, right? But somebody as speakers of truth with significant following, that threatened the dark peace class. They don't like that. So, the various bastards are envious and threatened by those who call out Israel and the fact of a genocide in Palestine and are anti-war and have a significant amount of followers. Meanwhile, genocidal, pedophile, war criminals, and order followers are free to travel wherever they want, while the average traveler is treated like a criminal with invasive searches, bag separation, carry-on searches, and charges, and being told what they can and cannot bring with them is fucking bullshit. A blatant Fourth Amendment violation that cowards hand over because they would rather travel than stand up to oppression. All airlines should be boycotted. Airlines are not wheelchair friendly. No individual should ever be separated from a mobility device. A wheelchair is specifically fitted for an individual, forcing them to transfer onto one that is a dangerous form of imprisonment. They are at risk of They are at risk of injury if they are rushed or moved improperly, as well as the potential for pressure sores. Being confined to an uncomfortable mobility device that's not fitted for someone inhibits someone to use the bathroom freely, and it also doesn't fit. Excuse me. Coughing fit and a typo mixed together. Excuse me for a minute. Wheelchairs have to be fit properly for a body. Nobody should be banned from flight, and nobody should be forced to ride in a torturous way where they're confined to a chair they don't fit in. Individuals are fitted to their wheelchair for comfort and special needs. And if they're not comfortable sitting for a long period, something that's not comfortable can cause a really bad pressure sore. Plus, they trapped. Those who depend on a power chair cannot get to the bathroom if they have to go. It's bad enough if the bathroom is so tiny that it's not accessible for a wheelchair user either, which ain't right either. That exacerbates the risk of a UTI that could kill somebody who's immunocompromised. UTIs can be very serious for people that have serious conditions. UTI ain't nothing to fuck around with. Also, but fucking people that depend on caregivers, when the caregiver leave, nobody can come back and help them if they have an accident, which is horrible, because that also there's a lot of fucking shit out there that's unfair for disabled people in bad situations. It sucks. They put somebody at risk of life-threatening condition, and why isn't everybody held accountable for that? Where is the advocacy for this shit? But the AI Center's got advocates, right? To fucking build things in people's backyards they don't want and suck the fucking resources from Earth and poison shit. That ain't right. That ain't right. Where's the priorities? Where's humanity? And what if it was you? Because you know what? Disability can happen to anybody at any time. What was I? There's a risk of injury if somebody's rushing, trying to transport someone. It's supposed to feel passengers at risk of accidents, falls, UTIs. Many passengers are reunited with a broken wheelchair from storage when their chair is returned, which can take months to repair and or replace. Air travel is bullshit. Human beings weren't meant to fly in the first place. Here's another topic I forgot to mention. The tick boxes. Now they say, is it happening? I don't fucking know, but I know tick shit's been going up lately. And people have reported seeing tick boxes being dropped from helicopters. I want to put it past the motherfuckers. Because they hell-bent on population control. So they can control population easier. Because we don't have we're not obligated to comply with their bullshit, terroristic bullshit. So, tick boxes are being dropped. The various bastards are desperate for a population decline. And you know what? Snopes saying today, who the fuck is Snopes to decide what the truth is? Who made them the arbiter of truth? Please tell me. I'd love to know. The various bastards are desperate for a population decline and are mentally altered state, so the control of gender will be easier. And also, fucking whatever illness they're fucking genetically modified these fucking ticks to have, they're gonna profit from that. They are genetically modified ticks that are ready to feast upon the masses and spread disease and our minds and DNA altering issues to make the masses easier to control. Individuals are filming and posting. Individuals film and post when they see these boxes, but do better. Don't just post it and film it, burn it, and make sure they're all dead before you put the fire out. Don't just film it while these hell-bent critters are unleashed to destroy the environment and get picked up by other wildlife that we share Earth with. That's how it spreads and affects all of us. It's like a boomerang. Kill that shit. So, okay. Here's the next one. A 1-year freeze on data center construction is not good enough. In New York State, they're going to do a 1-year freeze. What's on Facebook? Sign something. So Kathy Hochul can give permission for a 1-year freeze on the. No, we don't want it. Why is not our say? Why is not our no not good enough? Why somebody got to sign on our behalf? No. Indefinite freeze. Indefinite. No more data centers. No data centers. Stop the construction indefinitely. It's a lethal destruction of this planet. Taking up places people could live on. Taking up nature that needs to be left alone. And let other beings live here too that we share this planet with. No means no. Limit its power, like being said. Why isn't our no not good enough? No data center construction, period. They do not have our consent. We are the ones who have the power of global consensus. Now they want to cyber a task force of order followers, an infinite payroll for that, but not to feed the hungry or help people get health care and affordable housing. In the interview video on YouTube, the being warned us, like I said, that we have to limit the power of artificial superintelligence through global consensus. Keep speaking out against data centers. Don't keep paying for more phone storage. Purge pictures and data. Boycott chatbots. Don't keep up with the latest phones and gadgets. Boycott phone games that eat storage. And don't agree to phone updates. Use your phone to speak out, speak truth to the ether. Whether or not you get money, followers, or views does not matter. The vibration of spoken truth moves with Earth. No one is immune to the crack of the Holy Mother, and the dark priest class and the order followers who build data centers, invade land, and murder innocents will try to hide themselves, but they can't hide from what they know they've done, and the remorse fires shall feast. Keep talking about Palestine, Lebanon, and the Congo. Speak out against the crashers' invasion of Albania. Speak out against the deadbeat Dad Muskrat and his bullshit technate agenda that will never succeed because we will not allow it. They will never have the global consensus. Israel is falling into its own shithole that it dug itself into. Protect children from school and eugenicist parents that terminate a child because of a diagnosis without giving them a chance to experience life on Earth. It's a choice if the pregnancy is unintentional and for other circumstances, but not when you find that the child has a disability. That's eugenics. I'll turn it over to my partner, Audrey Catherine, for the next segment. Hi. This recent termination of the pregnancy has really upset me and hurt me to the core. Disabled people are often never given a say. They're judged without being given a chance. Doctors just assume things that are untrue. Let the person have an experience on Earth. Let the person show you who they are. To terminate a pregnancy based solely on disability diagnosis sends a blatant message to the disabled community that we aren't worth it. That's encouraging a dangerous agenda of eugenics and genocide against the disabled population. Not all of us are capable of working. Disabled people don't fit into the cookie cutter work system for profit, but that doesn't mean we don't give back in our own way. I don't sit around collecting benefits. I had to use them. I had to use them to buy my own scooter and my glasses. I don't get coverage for those. I donate what I can to help others. I took care of my late husband, Peter, who had Duchenne muscular dystrophy for 17 years until his departure. I have a bone and joint disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that was exacerbated by my father's exposure to Agent Orange. I also have mental health conditions I am unable to follow a work schedule. My disability is unpredictable. I help my mother when she needs it. I help my neighbors. I do disabled advocacy and human rights advocacy in my online videos. I do what I can in a body that is limited. I don't just sit around to collect disability. Everyone with a disability is precious. The disabled adults that I volunteer with, I also volunteer with disabled adults, and they bring me joy and a special friendship. They lifted me through grief and gave me purpose to continue. And I hope that I make their life in a facility a little brighter. I wish they could have an independent living experience in a place like my apartment complex with their own accessible shower and the 24-hour care that they need. The apartment that I moved out of would be perfect, but it is still vacant, and management here wants to cut out tenants with severe physical disabilities. If it wasn't for this complex and me, my late husband could have been in a nursing facility, and no one deserves that living situation. I am working on finding a place because it's killing me that this complex is infantilizing the disabled and going against the original purpose of what this complex was built for. All people with disabilities, any kind of disability. Residents remain unheard, and decisions for the disabled community continue, and as usual, decisions for the disabled community continue without our input. Now, with this recent online announcement from a couple terminating their child solely because of a disability diagnosis, I cannot be silent. Many are speaking out because if we do not, disability genocide is staring us straight in the face. In the case of Down syndrome, it seems as if doctors are hell-bent on convincing people to terminate. That's eugenics. That's judging a life before it's had a chance to experience Earth and show who they are and what they are capable of. Any doctor who wants to give up on a disabled child is not a doctor. They are nothing but eugenicists with their name on a dead tree. Any parents who cannot accept a child with a disability or a gay or trans child do not deserve the opportunity of being parents. I would love my child unconditionally, whether disabled, gay, or trans. My life circumstances didn't permit motherhood. I volunteer with disabled adults. Some get little or no visitors. Disabled lives matter. No one deserves to be terminated before given a chance at life, or to be confined to a facility with little or no visitors. People make a lot of excuses, but never put themselves in the shoes of a resident. What if it was you who was abandoned, doubted, or judged before you can even prove yourself? How do other people with disabilities feel when they see a couple terminate a pregnancy because their child will have the same diagnosis? The psychopaths that want to cut benefits that disabled people depend on look at the disability genocide button with a sadistic grin when shit like this is justified. Hitler wanted disabled people done away with too. So does the dark priest class that runs the global cult. They don't get a cut from us, so they seek to cut us. They don't value what the meek bring to the earth. We must protect one another and help each other. The IDF sent an attack dog to maul Mohammed Bar to death. He was a young man in Gaza with Down syndrome. They want to merge those psychopaths with the military here. Order followers are fucking dangerous. They murder children and disabled people. They bomb schools and hospitals. We need to protect each other and stop begging the synagogue of state and Israel Congress for our rights that natural law has already given us. We are infinite life force. My late husband had Duchenne muscular dystrophy. A daughter doctor with her name on a dead tree said in front of him and his mother when he received his diagnosis at 8 that he would die in his late teens or early 20s. He lived life to the fullest. He taught me to embrace the present moment. He triumphed through his gradual loss of mobility. It was not an easy fate, but we loved each other, and I would not have been as strong-willed as I am today if he was terminated, if his mother knew what he had before he was born and made the choice to terminate. I was his caregiver for 17 years until he departed from CD facile complications at 22 at the age of 46. He outlived the pathetic doctor's expectations. Disabled lives matter. Every disabled person deserves a chance instead of judgment. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, and we will see you on the next one. And please take care of yourselves and the most vulnerable. Earth, children, and the most vulnerable deserve better.